Okay, guys, so for the basis of what this reading is about, we have the Knight of Wands, the Three of Cups reversed, the World, and the Knight of Cups reversed. Now, for some of you, this is dealing with like maybe a romantic relationship. This could even just be a friendship or somebody you met, you know, some kind of one of these like fast talking kind of characters. But this could even represent some type of situation that almost tried to like sweep you off your feet a little bit. You'll know for yourself. But basically what I'm kind of feeling here, the Knight of Wands, he's very he's a smooth talker. You know, he's very charismatic, he's very likable. He's very you know, knows what to say, very chatty or whatever, or this energy, it's very confident, it's very, I want to try something new out, but it's not always long haul kind of energy. It's a little bit like, I don't want to say kissing everybody's ass a little bit, but it's that kind of energy of, you know, trying to, like a little butterfly fluttering from flower to flower type of energy, you know, but it's a great energy when you want to start, let's say if you're doing a hobby or project or something, because it's a very confident type of energy. It's very, you know, I can do this. I'm going to try this. I'm willing to, you know, mess around with this. But when it comes to a relationship, it could be very passionate, you know, even a friendship or meeting somebody new. It could be a very, when I say passionate connection, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could just be kind of something that kind of sparks you up a little bit. You enjoy talking to the person, you know, you find them interesting or entertaining, or maybe you have a lot of things in common and you really enjoy the company. So you'll know for yourself. But whatever this was, this situation, for some reason, the Three of Cups reversed, things were not all great. There might have been somebody else that was upset with this connection, or this situation caused issues with you and your peers, you know, your family, friends, work, whatever, some in your immediate circle or people around you. This situation kind of caused a little conflict. Now, if this is a person, this person could be very charismatic. So maybe they're kind of chatting it up with everybody, and multiple people might have liked. I'm not saying it was a third party situation, but I'm saying that it could have just been, you know, there was a little bit like maybe somebody else had the eye on the person as well. Or somebody else could have been jealous a little bit if you and this individual, you know, really struck it. What do they say? Struck it off, hit it off really well. Yeah, hit it off really well or something. And it doesn't have to be necessarily a relationship. It could just be you meeting somebody and you guys just have like, when I say chemistry, it doesn't even mean relationship type of chemistry. It could, but it just could be like somebody that you get along with very well. Like you guys have a lot of things in common. Or this situation, you really had like a passion for the situation, and whatever is going on, maybe somebody else wasn't quite, maybe caused conflict, a little tension within that group or with it around you. Now, here's the thing. Something kind of came to an end. The world is about some type of completion. Now, this could just be that this situation kind of came to an end, or there was some type of ending. But because the Knight of Cups reverse came, I just kind of feel like you or somebody in the situation might have closed off your heart a little bit. There was some type of withdrawal of like some kind of like emotional connection. That's what I'm kind of getting here. This situation, there's somebody maybe retreated a little bit, or they're just kind of not being as open-hearted. They're not leading with their heart. This could represent you. It could represent somebody else who was involved in this, or like the situation. Maybe somehow now you're having a change of mindset or change of thoughts regarding this, and you're kind of retreating or withdrawing your energy from this. You'll know for yourself. But in your current energy now, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and then you have the Hermit reverse. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, I like the Knight of Pentacles. He's my slow progress kind of guy. He's not going anywhere fast, this one. No. He's going to take his time. But I like his energy for long haul type of stuff. I feel like he's the guy that's going to show up every day, do the boring, mundane tasks that nobody wants to do, but he's going to do it because he knows eventually it's going to build up and he's going to get to where he needs to go. But there's nothing glamorous about him. There's nothing fancy. There's nothing fast. There's nothing passionate. It's just very like the mundane tasks, but you have to do them to get to where you need to go. So I really do like this guy's energy, although I see it as more of a little bit of a long haul type of energy. But you have the Hermit reverse here. So, and this to me is saying that I think you're doing what you need to do. You're kind of, if this was some type of connection that didn't go very well, whatever type of connection, you might be deciding that you need to focus on yourself or focus on the things in your life right now that you want for the future. You know, there's something that you might be focusing on, the mundane tasks, because this to me was a little bit passionate. This could have been a little bit dramatic as well. Let's put it this way. Maybe it ended, you know, and then you're retreating your heart or your wanting or desires to be involved in this situation, whatever this is for you. But I think right now you're kind of in this energy where you're just working on the things that you need to do, which is fantastic. But the Hermit here in reverse is saying that you might be getting out of a comfort zone a little bit. Like, as far as you might have retreated for a period after this just to focus on kind of, you know, getting yourself or getting whatever you're doing back in order. But now the Hermit in reverse is saying that you might be ready to start exploring the world again, you know, maybe start meeting new people or getting involved in a different type of situation or whatever. So I think this is really, really good. I think this is indicating that you kind of worked on yourself or worked on something and you're in a really good energy where you're a little bit more confident about maybe getting back out there to whatever degree that is for you. Now, but what's coming in for you, you have the Page of Swords reversed and then you have the Five of Swords reversed. So okay, so the Page of Swords could be you having doubts, or it could be you having criticisms to yourself, or it could be somebody else having some type of criticisms for you or whatever. Somebody else is a little bit critical. But because the Five of Swords here is reversed as well, and these two together, the Five of Swords reversed is indicating like, it almost is like you're letting bygones be bygones. There might have been some disagreement with some friends, family, whoever, whatever. Even within yourself, there could have been something that wasn't sitting quite right within yourself, but you're deciding that, you know, it's not worth it. It's stupid. Like, we're just going to move forward. It's never going to get fixed, but we're just going to agree to disagree and just like move on with our lives. So with these two, so this to me could indicate that for some of you, you might have somebody, and it could be stemming from this Three of Cups, whatever issue this Three of Cups, where there was disharmony amongst whatever the situation was, a little drama maybe. And this could have made some kind of friendship or situation end, and like the retreating of the emotional connection with that. But what's coming in for you, I kind of feel like you might be deciding that if this person was a little critical, a little certain type of way, you might be deciding that you're going to be the bigger person and you're just going to let bygones be bygones, you know, and just kind of like, I don't want to say forgive and forget, but just not totally dissolve the friendship or relationship or whatever ship this is or whatever thing this is, not totally trash it, throw it out, but kind of like agree to disagree and just move forward with it. But this also could be within yourself, that you're realizing that you need to either forgive yourself for certain things or just understand that sometimes we make mistakes. You might be very critical of something that you did that you felt like is a mistake that you regret, but you're realizing that you just need to forgive yourself, or you just need to move past it because unfortunately, you know, it's done and over with. So you might be in this energy of kind of like, okay, I have to move forward, you know, coming in for you. But now what your challenge is regarding this situation, you have the Four of Cups reversed, you have the Moon, and then you have Strength reversed. So the Four of Cups reversed is indicating that your challenge is to just not be bored of opportunities, to actually take something. Like if there's an opportunity or something coming towards you, the challenge is to actually explore it further. Just don't let it just kind of come and float by you. You know, it's actually to decide on something, give something a chance, you know? And then the Moon, the challenge is, I think if something is coming in for you, you might not see everything. The Moon can indicate kind of fears, anxieties, but I think with this situation, things are not quite illuminated correctly. There's a lot of feeling things out. There's a lot of like intuition needed for this. So there might be something that's kind of coming that your challenge is to actually take that opportunity or look into whatever the situation is a little further, but you're going to have to use your intuition and you're going to have to feel it out a little bit. And I would say be a little bit patient, because the Strength reverse is also a card that you might not feel like you even have the oomph to actually dedicate this to this thing. You might not really want, or you're not feeling like you should be dedicating, or you have the energy to dedicate to it. But I think the Strength reverse, to me at least with this, is saying that even if you just feel like you might not even be wanting to get involved, I think there's something that could potentially be good. But I feel like the Strength reverse, at least for this, it's like it might take longer for it to really transpire or get to a different place. There might be a lot of obstacles, because the Strength, she's a card of having the patience, and she's going to have problems, but she's going to troubleshoot, but she's very, very patient. But your issue might be that you're not as patient, as well. So, and I just kind of feel like this might actually take a little bit longer and be a little bit less clear with the results. So you might have to kind of trust the intuition and kind of just be a little bit more patient with whatever this is. But now, what's recommended for you, you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands reversed, and then you have the Page of Wands. So I really kind of feel like this Knight of Wands reversed is kind of really tied in, obviously, to this Knight of Wands upright over here. I kind of think, like, to me, it's saying that you might have to have a new way of thinking or a new kind of idea about what had happened with this situation, with this kind of charismatic situation or this passionate situation or whatever this was for you. You might have to kind of see it a little bit differently. But the Page of Wands reversed, I kind of feel like, this might sound a little weird, but he's my little ADD guy. To me, he's all over the place. He's, in the upright, he's on his path. He's doing what he needs to do, but he's, he's looking at this, he's looking at that. Like, he's a little bit all over the place. He gets a little distracted, but he gets where he needs to go eventually. But in the reverse, he's really all over the place. He's not committed to anything. He's all over the place. But I kind of feel like, because this is recommended, I think this is saying just be very free right now. Because I think whatever had happened, there might have been hurt egos. There might have been your passions for something might have fizzled out. There might have been some kind of things happened where now it left a bad taste in your mouth, or a sour taste in your mouth, or how do they say? So I think you have to kind of almost see things a little bit differently regarding this situation. But I think this is saying almost like don't commit to any like one thing right now. Maybe be a little bit all over the place yourself. Like I'm not saying play the field, but I'm just saying, see what's out there, whatever it is. Just maybe don't be as, I don't want to say structured, but I'm just getting that you might just have to come at something a little bit different, but a little bit more flexible or a little bit more out of the box than maybe you traditionally come at it. I think that's what I mean to say, because the Page of Wands in reverse, to me, he just doesn't really have a plan, but maybe you have to kind of just go with the flow right now, because especially we have the moon here, and I feel like your challenge is to kind of see what's around you, not be so bored, kind of get out there a little bit, so I think that you might just need to not be so structured in your mind, but don't allow what had happened regarding the situation to taint what could potentially be coming in the future. Take it as maybe there was like something that you could learn about it, but be very, very flexible and don't really be too committed to any one thing right now. I think that's what I'm trying to say. See what's going on out there, But let's see what other cards we got for you. So you have number 15, you have Cow Spirits. The miracles are endless. And I really feel like this is saying that you just kind of need to get out there, see what's going on, And I think there's a lot of good things coming in for you. It's just you need to be out there and open to receiving and seeing and, just be, flutter around like a little butterfly. You also have Epidite, go deeper. Now, for some of you, I wonder if this could be with this, the Ace of Swords here and the Knight of Wands reverse. I wonder if, I'm not saying that maybe there was some more information that you didn't get from this situation, but maybe there is something that within yourself potentially could be worth exploring, like maybe the way you feel about something, or there could be some type of healing or I don't want to say a useful message about yourself, but sometimes situations happen and they challenge us and it's completely out of our comfort zone. We get it put into situations, we react a certain kind of way, and maybe sometimes it's not quite the way we would normally react, but in that situation we reacted however it was, good or bad, we reacted a certain way. So sometimes when you reflect on it after everything, you can kind of be like, well, first of all, why the hell did I react like that if it wasn't a good reaction or if it was kind of out of your character? But you could also see, well, you know, what pushed your buttons? What was good? What did you think you did well? What do you think maybe you won't do next time type of situation? So I think this is something that if there was some kind of like almost like self-reflection a little bit, I think it's saying that you could probably, I don't say go deeper within that, but because I wonder if some of the fears and anxieties that you might be having from this, you don't want them to now affect the next situation. You know, you don't want it to keep like hindering you. So you might need to kind of go deeper and understand something within the situation itself or within yourself or whatever, just to try to kind of sort through this a little bit. Anyway, so now you have healing heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addictions. So I definitely think, and then you also have addiction here, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. I definitely think some of you, this could have been kind of like not a great relationship, or the relationship caused problems with somebody else within your circle or within your, you know, your zone. But this could also be something to do with work or whatever. It doesn't have to be just romantic. It could be anything. So, but I definitely think there might have been some kind of either codependent or obsession or some type of, I don't want to say unhealthy situation here, but I really am kind of getting that maybe some jealousy. There could have been a little bit of funny business running around as well. But I think this is saying that you need to heal from this, you know? And you have to believe that the miracles are endless and good things are coming. But through the healing from this, I think you have to be a little bit like flexible. That's what I'm getting from this, that you just have to kind of not be so set on what has to happen next or how something should transpire or go. Just be like kind of flexible. Be like the Page of Wands reverse, like whatever goes, you know? Now, okay, so you have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So I definitely think that there, for some of you, this could represent a new person or even a new situation. Maybe there's something that's kind of like you're excited about, and that could be the challenge to not be so bored and not let an opportunity to kind of pass you by to kind of hop on that. But it doesn't necessarily even have to be like a new person. It could be, you could be in an existing relationship and now you both are kind of going through a like a refreshed phase, you know, maybe you both, whatever this was, it kind of put certain things into a little bit of perspective for you two, and you might be kind of going through a little bit of a refreshing phase or a rekindling of the romance phase. So take it how it represents for you. So, and then new love could also be a new project or hobby or something that you stirred your feelings and that you're kind of passionate about. It kind of lifted you up a little bit. Now you have replenish. The sun will rise and we will try again. And I love that because sometimes when I really feel like, you know what? I wonder if some of you are really going to reconcile with somebody, or even if it's yourself, if you have to reconcile with, because replenish here, we will try again with the Five of Swords reversed. This is kind of about like I said, you know, kind of agreeing to disagree in certain spots. But so that definitely is something. And next up we have life is about using the whole box of crayons. And this to me is saying sometimes if you make a mistake, sometimes you make a really big mistake and you got to use all the crayons to make that mistake. So this could have been a mistake. Whatever this was could have been a mistake. You could have reused all the crayons, the markers, everything. And it was what it was. But sometimes you got to be like that. Sometimes you got to like kind of mess up big a little bit, or maybe, I don't know. You can't play it safe. I think this is saying don't always play it so safe. So I think if you feel like now you have to play it safe because you got hurt from the situation. I think this is saying don't play it so safe, because here, this Four of Cups reverse is you don't want to play it safe, because this guy in the upright, he's just sitting there. Things are coming to him. He's like, no, 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 no. But I think your challenge is to kind of not be so safe, even if you can't really see what's coming in next for you, and if you feel like a little drained and you don't want to really go out on a limb. So, and then for your affirmation, you have, today I am calm. Today my mind is open and I am at peace with who I am. And I think this is wonderful, especially if you feel that maybe you did something wrong. I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying you did. But sometimes we have those moments where we messed up, and we messed up big. And sometimes you just have to be at peace with yourself. You have to be like, I am a person. I am a human. I'm not perfect. I have to tell myself that quite often. But some of you, this could even be like you having to make peace, because for some people, I know, like, if they have to make amends with somebody else, and if you know that you're really not in the wrong, it was like the other person was in the wrong, but you're like, okay, I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm just going to like bite my tongue. We're going to move on from this because it's not worth it. Sometimes you have to make peace with even that. You know what I'm saying? Like having to be the bigger person. I know a few people in my life that like you just always have to be the bigger person, because they're not going to like make amends. So sometimes you got to say sorry for something that you didn't even do. It wasn't even your fault, but you're like, okay, whatever. I just want to move on from this. It's stupid. You know, it's not worth holding this silly grudge, even though that person would hold the grudge till they died. Sometimes you got to be like, okay, this is like not even worth that. But you'll know if that, you know, if you're in that kind of situation. But anyway, so the spirit of the dish that shall be with you during this time is the spirit of this sweet holy one, which is the spirit of the glazed donut. Okay, so for the dinner and a movie that's recommended for you, you have Chinese food and comedy films. And for the energies that you should either tap into or be aware of, you have Scorpio. So I kind of see Scorpio as, I don't want to say going within, but they have like that, they're about transformation, major changes, you know, kind of like seeing the darker side of your life or your soul or something, kind of facing certain potentially like bad aspects of yourself, and kind of really having that honesty about, well, why do I do this? And I feel like maybe for some of you, that's what's going on here, is that you could be potentially facing some, maybe there was a little ego, maybe there was a little cup of bad habits or some characteristics this situation kind of drug out of you. And you're having to kind of face that with the Ace of Swords, kind of having a new way of thinking about it, kind of having some kind of mental clarity on it. And, but the Page of Wands reverse, I kind of feel this is like, just do whatever, you know, kind of do what you want. Just don't get so sucked into figuring it out. Kind of like figure it out a little bit, but then move on, you know, type of thing. So that could be the energy that is recommended, is to kind of maybe do a little reflection, but don't get so sucked in where you can't get out of that reflection either. And then we have Leo, and this is all about ego, individuality, and confidence. You know, they have a lot of pride in who they are. And their work and everything. So I think that you still need to take pride in your situation, regardless of how this transpired. You know, you are a warrior of life, Pisces. And somehow, if you survived through this, you're doing good. Now, we also have here, we have the South Node, and this is what you need to release. So there might be something here that you're going to have to release. I think something was already released with the world, but I definitely think, you know, obviously there's situations like there's residue. It's like that ectoplasm from the Ghostbusters. It kind of like sticks to you, you know? Sometimes that residue is a little negative or whatever. So there's something you might have to release, some ill will, some anger, some whatever. So something that you need to kind of release with this. But we also have here, we have Jupiter, and this is about expansion and good fortune. And I think that you are going to be expanding forward. And I think you're going to be getting some luck on your way, which is fantastic. You have number 5 here, which is an odd number. So that means the special guest that'll be answering your questions today will be the Magic 8 Ball. Think of those questions. He'll be out here shortly. Oh, and we have the cherries and we have the moon. So to me, the cherries, it's like a fun party fruit. They just want to have fun, but they have like a little buddy. So maybe, I'm not saying if you got into an argument with a friend or something, maybe they were your cherry for whatever happened with this. You guys argued a little bit. Maybe you need to like go talk to your own personal cherry and kind of make amends and do cherry things like go out or whatever. But I think this is saying for others that if you feel Because with the new love here, I just feel like there's something that's coming in, especially because the miracles are endless. You got that miracles are endless over here. There might be something that's coming in that's going to actually be very refreshing to you because you have replenish here and miracles are endless. You just have to be patient and just wait. I think you're going to find something or someone that's like your other cherry, you know? It could be a friendship, it could be a situation or whatever, but so yeah, or this could just be saying, have a little fun, because you can't be mad at a cherry. They're just like fun, right? But then you also have the moon, and this is just saying that sometimes things are a little unclear, things are a little hidden, things are not as, you have to like take one step at a time through a situation. So I think, and I wonder for some of you, if you don't actually know the full details of this situation, there might be something that still is not transpired that you don't know 100%. I'm not saying it's going to be affecting anything, but there might be something that you weren't aware of. So take that how that is. Now, let me get this. And we have inspire, and I think this is you having to be inspired to kind of push forward and just continue to work on the things that, you know, you've been working on, the things that make you happy. And even if this means being inspired to kind of open your heart again, if you feel a little closed off, you just might need to be inspired to do that. Now, here he is. Think of those questions and it's time to ask. Okay. Oh, mystical, magical 8-ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Pisces' question? It says, you may rely on it. The 8-ball has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful day, week, month, year, lifetime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.